What's up, everybody? Did a post last night showing off my LTT Centurion, this bad boy right here, with the new lock grips, and I got a bunch of questions about the Magwell that I have on the gun. So I thought I would give you guys just a little bit of info on this guy and talk a little bit about the base pads that work with it. So real quick, this Magwell is the Beretta 92 Series Magwell. It comes with 2 extensions. I just picked up a backup so that I can run this in LO. So you can flap it back and forth between guns. So the way that this sucker works is super simple. This one screws through and then it runs through. So this piece screws into this piece. You use your pin there that captures the hammer spring to hold it in place, and it's really that simple. So as you take the grips off and pop off the pin that holds the hammer spring in, the magwell comes off and you can move it from gun to gun if you need to. It comes with 2 extensions. They are the +0 extensions from Beretta. They're super easy to install, easy to run, great for IDPA or just +0, whatever mags you're going to run them on. MecGar, Beretta, doesn't matter. But really easy. I got it off the Beretta website. They're always running kind of specials that you can find. Fits. This is the Centurion, really any of the 92 series full-size Centurions. I have never tried it on the compact. I know that the little bit different size on that one, so I don't know that that one works. But I think the question that comes with the Magwells always is, what base pads does it or does it not work with? So here's the ones that I know it works with. The new base pads from Lock. So this one is dummy round. Some of these have live rounds in them, but obviously we just won't chamber, but you guys can see that they click. This is the new base pads from Lock. Really liking these bad boys. I'll just, so you guys can get my opinion. When you're running matches and you have to clean them, I love the detent pin where you can pop off the mag or the base pad so that you can clean your mag and pop it right back on. I don't love the Allen head or anything that requires any sort of a tool. So when it's easy to do like that, so like this or the Henning, super easy, I love it. So the lock works just fine. So positive click, you can actually hear it in, you can hear it click. Lock works no problem. So here's another one of the locks. This one, so one was just aluminum. Here's another one of the locks. Positive lock, no problem. TTI. So the TTI base pads, they fit in. You can hear the click. You can see the positive lockup. No problems. So we know that the TTIs work. Tony systems. Tony systems fit great. Tony systems work. No problem. That also comes and fits with the Magwell. That'll come on the Squalo if you get that directly from Beretta. So we know that that one works. My buddy Scott Jedlinski. So these are not USPSA legal, but I love them for training because I can actually shove 25 rounds in these bad boys. But Scott had his own base pads made. The Scots work in this one. So if you are not worried about, or you're just looking to run them, or you run them for defensive, but not worried about USPSA, those ones work, no problem. Interestingly enough, the Henning Canic mags, because the MecGar mag tubes are the same for Canic and for Beretta, and I believe for Walther as well. The tubes are the same. The older style Canic Henning base pads, so that's what these are, will work for Beretta and they will work here. So the Canics older style Hennings work. I happen to have 6 of those on my boy's Canic, and so when I found out that they worked, I appropriated those, got him new Canic ones, and so I have those that work, and I run those because, like I said, I love the whole detent pin idea, and so I run those for matches. Those ones work great. The Henning Beretta, so you can see the difference sort of in the size and the way they set up there in the front. You see the size difference. Designed for Beretta, the Carry Optics Henning Beretta ones do not. So there's no lockup, can't get it to stick. So the Henning Beretta do not work. Here's another Henning Canic, or this is the new style Canic. I ordered them hoping they would work. This is the new style Canic. Does not work, right? Can't get it to lock up or stick. This was the new style Walther PDP. Same thing. Could not get it to stick or lock. So I tried it with the Hennings. They work on the Berettas. They run just fine for CO, no problems. I actually like them that the wall's a little, not quite as tall as it was on the Berettas. I don't know, just personal preference in the way I grab them, but those ones work just fine. Or the Canics, the older Canics work just fine. But for your older or the new Henning PDP, the new Henning Canic, and the Henning Beretta do not work. Those are the three I know for sure that don't. If we're talking IDPA, well, this is the one that comes with it, the Beretta, obviously the +0. We know that that's going to work, no problem. Tony Systems, we know that that one's going to work, no problems, right? The Henning IDP 0, I actually do like these. They weigh just a touch more, so you get a little bit more, you know, in IDPA, you're supposed to drop a unloaded mag. You get a little bit of a better drop. They don't fit. They don't get the positive lockup, right? You don't get the click. So that's one downside on these bad boys. And it's just the way he has the extra material there to get the weight. So it's a little bit of a trade-off, I guess, because you can run a Magwell in IDPA. So I run the Tony Systems or the Beretta one, which is just totally fine. I mean, it is what it is in IDPA anyway, right, guys? Totally different sport. But so what works? IDPA, the two that I run are either the Beretta one that comes with it or the Tony Systems. For if you want to run a 92 with a Magwell, and that's what the way, you know, in the DASA for LO, which is actually what I run, the older style Canic Henning works. Oh, I guess I forgot to show this one. If you happen to have the, man, what are these? The Team AC. I think this is the JJ Racaza Special, but the Team AC does not work. So we'll add that to the does not work. But what works? Older style Canic Henning does work. Tony Systems does work. The TTI Basepads, it does work. The lock grips, whether that is sort of their Gen 1, so that you'll notice there's a little bit of difference in the way that they look. But the lock grips made for Beretta, they work, both the Gen 1 and the Gen 2. And then obviously the Scott Jenlinski Modern Samurai Project works. But that one's not USPSA legal, just not long enough. All of these would be. So all of those would be legal for USPSA. All of those will work with this Magwell on any of the 92 full-size frame guns that you want to run. And again, the Magwell that you're looking for is the Beretta 92 Series Magwell, and it comes with 2 extensions. If you have any questions, hit me up on IG. I'm happy to answer them. I'll let you boys later. See you on the range.